Hello everyone and welcome to another Pro Charts video here at Verified Investing. My name is Lawton Ho and I am going to be your host today. And today we're going to talk a little bit about currencies, namely the Japanese yen, the euro, the Great British pound, Chinese yuan, as well as the AUD Australian dollar. I hope you guys are all doing well this wonderful Tuesday. Let's hop into it, shall we? And we'll start here with the JPY, the Japanese yen. And the last time I talked about this now, the JPY was running into a trend line, came back and kind of playing it in a wedge pattern. I'm going to use the weekly time frame just because this isn't a chart that tends to move a whole lot. But you can see a clear line in the sand of resistance here on the yen. If you connect this previous high here, from the 6th of Jan through the 27th of April, basically to slightly above where we're running into now. Now the question is, can we get above this, right? Are we going to break up on this wedge? Or are we going to break down? And for me, when I'm looking at a wedge pattern, right, whenever we're looking at a wedge pattern, you see it kind of go like this slowly get tighter. You're looking for a breakout one way or another. And in this case, because it's kind of upsloping, right, this kind of wedge pattern, I actually think it's going to break to the downside, right? Maybe it hits one more time, right? On these trend lines, we usually see 1, 2, and then on the third hit, it falls. On the second one, you provide some resistance. Third or fourth time, you'll see that crack. Well, I anticipate this here. I anticipate the US dollar to yen to hit up here around 161, right, for that exchange rate, followed by a pullback and then maybe a retrace, back to it before falling, right, and moving lower towards that 150 region. We can look historically if we kind of zoom out. This is pretty much been the highest that we've almost ever had, right, bar this 2024 spike around July, right? So about 2 years ago. But other than that, this is pretty much the highest we've ever had, the US dollar compared to the Japanese yen. On top of that, right, we had the Japan look to raise their interest rates. So we'll have to see how this affects this potential trade, how this conversion is affected. But for me, it looks like that the US dollar against yen is going to fall, right? So whether that means the yen goes up or the US dollar goes down, I'm not too sure, but I know comparatively the chart is telling me probability wise we're kind of overextended. Even if we turn on the RSI, we're towards the upper end of this RSI, as you could see, depending on the time frame you're looking at. All right. The next chart we're going to kind of take a look at is the euro compared to the US dollar. So last time I talked about that, I talked about this wonderful inverse head and shoulders pattern. And just like with the Japanese yen, we may have to adjust this trend line just because we know that these plays may take some time. And regardless of how you kind of draw your neckline, the neckline hasn't fully been formed yet, right? We're still waiting for the rest of the right shoulder here to form. So when you're saying that, hey, the euro should become stronger in relation to the US dollar, right? And the, you see that nice inverse head and a shoulder pattern with that measured move to be a move up about 4% higher here, right? Looking for a move higher there on the euro USD. I'd really be watching this neckline just to kind of see, hey, where do you expect to pull back? Where do you expect to push up higher, etc. Additionally, if we want to look a little closer within this head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders pattern rather, you can see a couple of trend lines slowly being formed, one of which has just pretty much broken today. For this nice downsloping trend line, we saw hit, retrace back to it, couldn't break. Yesterday we broke past it, couldn't close above, and today we're looking to close above. Let's say that we finally get the juice it needs. Well, where is it going to find resistance? Well, first here around 1.17, right, for the first level of resistance, followed by up here around 1.18, which would likely coincide with this nice neckline, right? And if we can get this break, well, looks like we're set to move potentially even higher. On the Great British Pound, something different, right? We're seeing kind of the opposite, right? And this is similar to the charts that I've done on currency, just because currency doesn't tend to change a whole lot, right? It'll be something similar to, let me just go ahead and select this so I can move this, right? Kind of inversely to that Euro trade. Great British Pound has been performing well compared to the United States. Even if we look historically, right, we're from these lows in 2022, we're up about 30%, right, on that. So looking to potentially see a breakdown on this Great British Pound compared to US dollar. It depends on whether or not we can finally make this head and shoulders pattern come to fruition and play out, right? And of course, the right shoulder hasn't been fully formed, as we can clearly see here. But something to note, guys, is that you're expecting to find some support around that area. We've now made a pivot low here on the 8th of June, just about a couple of weeks ago, and another one here on the 18th of May, right? And you can see where those kind of line up on this chart is somewhere around the 3rd or 4th of August. Now, if the Great British Pound continues to sell off and comes into there and falls, you're expecting that ultimate move lower. But at least for now, you're actually seeing potentially some bullish signals, right? You have a beautiful down sloping trend line here and a nice, let me delete some of this. Nice little trend line here, kind of creating a pseudo wedge pattern. And if you break to the upside, this actually favors a move higher. Now, it doesn't mean that, the head and shoulders pattern is negated, because what do we know? The head and shoulders pattern is only negated when this right shoulder goes above the head. So you could easily see another move higher, maybe 2%, and have this overall pattern still stay intact. But this is certainly something to kind of watch, right? And based on the fact that the USD looks to be going potentially weaker compared to the Japanese yen, if it breaks this upsloping trend line, and the euro looks to become stronger against the United States and the US weaker against the euro, of course, depending on this inverse head and shoulders, we could see something similar here for the Great British Pound, despite the fact that the pattern are kind of inverse of that euro. Last thing I want to talk about, USD compared to Chinese yen has been pretty weak, honestly, continuing to kind of fall here compared to the USD versus the Chinese yuan, kind of going in with that overall theme of, hey, look, guys, the US dollar might be getting weaker here. And on this, right, if you're looking, if you're looking for the United States dollar to go higher, what are you looking at? Well, I'm looking at a potential nice parallel channel here, right? Have a beautiful downsloping parallel channel. If we can kind of get a bounce off this and break higher, maybe retrace, then I think we can get closer to that 6.88, 6.89, $7 per Chinese yuan level here. But we need to see a move higher compared to this out of this downsloping parallel channel. And something really important to note about parallel channels, guys, just because this is downsloping, even though this is bullish, we can continue to stay in this for a significant period of time. Right, let's say it breaks, but it breaks down here. Right, let's say it breaks all the way in the 4th of August. Well, you might only see a bounce back to basically today's level. Right, so even though it is bullish and favors a move higher, it's not bullish until it actually breaks. Right, And finally, we'll talk about the AUD USD chart. So the US dollar is staying strong relatively against the AUD. And on this chart, now while not quite a an inverse head and shoulders pattern, just because that right shoulder, potential right shoulder rather, right here goes lower than the head. It is still a nice downsloping trend line, and we tried to break above it, and we had some hope here on the 10th of June. Right, we're unable to confirm. Sold back into it and are now well back below this trend line. This is just something that I'm, keeping an eye on here. If we can potentially get a break up and above this, then things will look good. But to kind of look at patterns that going the other ways, that might be a little more bearish for the US dollar compared to the AUD. You have a nice upsloping trend line here, at least in the short term, where you've had this really good push up, about 4% here on the USD to AUD. So a fall and a retrace, maybe back down to this low pivot down to like 1.39, about 1.8 to 2% lower could be in the cards, kind of furthering this, furthering the overall theme that, the US dollar could be looking weak here. Compared to some of these other countries' currencies. But only time will tell what ends up happening here. All right, guys? But with that being said, again, my name is Lawton Ho here with Verified Investing. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, please consider liking this video, subscribing, and leaving a comment below. It really helps us out a lot and helps the algorithms know that you want to see more content just like this. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you next time.